Hello everybody, this is Sly Tiger Gaming. My name is Lauren and today we're playing Lovely Little Thieves. A friend of mine pointed me to this on Kickstarter today and I was all over it because it's a horror novel game. And I thought, you know what, it's October and it's the spirit to get into the dark and spooky, so we're going to play this. I think you are a group of friends who enter a house and that's about all I know. So let's jump in, I'm really excited. Greetings, young traveller. Oh yeah, sorry, I should say this is the demo. So I'll try the demo and I'll link you to the Kickstarter if you want to check it out. And when this comes out, I reckon I'll be playing the crap out of it. But I suppose I'll save my judgment until the actual demo. But yes, this is a demo. I'm cold. It's so cold here. There's a rumble rolling through my bones. It's coming from somewhere deep beneath me. Wait, beneath me? Where is that? Am I standing? Am I floating? On my back? I can't feel anything except the freezing cold and that aching rumble. But where is it coming from? Where am I? Okay, so this is our protagonist, Dawn, from what I've read on the Kickstarter page. Have I been here before? I don't remember. No, I can't remember anything. At all. Who am I? You're Dawn. Dawn? Dawn? Is that my name? It seems familiar. Should this place be familiar too? No. This icy, trembling feeling is all wrong. My name is Dawn, but I don't belong here. I'm digging her sort of really 80s feel. I think the whole game has kind of like an 80s Scooby-Doo feel to it. Which way is out? Maybe if I reach up. It seems warmer above me. I just need to get away from this horrible thrum. It's no use. I can't move. It takes every bit of strength I have just to open my eyes. And there's nothing for my feet to even push against. As much as I'm enjoying this, it's a bit slow. Hey, Dawn! Hey! See what's coming? Who is that? I can't see anyone. It's pitch dark, and the more I open my eyes, the more that rumbling terror holds me down, freezes my insides, and works its way toward my heart. My heart, it's beating more slowly now. And slower still. No! I have to fight this. But I can't move, and it's so hard to think. Wait. Who was that voice? Are you still there? Can you hear me? Please. Save me. Oh, come on. Oh, that was horrifying. Ooh, it's quite white. That's more horrifying. Oh, you see that, Dawn? Your greatest enemy is... Oh, can I... Oh, I can click... Oh my god, I can click it to hurry it up. Your greatest enemy is on the horizon. If we don't hurry, he'll catch us. Oh, thank god I found this. I know. He was down there too. Heat and stillness cloud through me, and the terrible rumbling quiets. But it isn't gone. I still feel little echoes of it beating in my chest. Now I understand. Dawn? I have been down in that awful place before. It was before I had a memory, and before I had a name. The enemy wasn't anywhere beneath me. No, he was inside me all along. And he's still there. What? He said. There is no way out. Dawn! Must be a bad dream we're having. Yeah. Dawn goes, ugh! Russell says, You doing alright there, kiddo? Yeah, I'm fine. You sure? You were shivering in your sleep. Bad dreams? Oh, classic start to a horror game. This is amazing. Oh, I bet. Oh, sorry. I bet it's the damn AC. Sorry, kid. I'll turn it down. That's right. This is Russell. He's the captain of our university's football team. We were going to take a trip together, weren't we? How could I forget? After all, we've been dating for a month now. Yeah, that's pretty bad of you to forget. Bad, Dawn. The van bounces up and down roughly over the backwoods country road. Woof. The shocks on this thing need to be replaced. We're going to be pretty sore when we finally get to the motel. Oh, romantic, a motel. Bump, bump, bump. Yeah, this ride really is rumbly. Like the rumbling in your brain. Wait, rumbly? Dots. She looks very pissed off. Ugh. What were you dreaming about? You look upset. I reach out and flip down the shutter on the air conditioning thingy. No more cold air, like ever. I don't remember. That was a lie. I'm just embarrassed. No more falling asleep in the van, that's for sure. Oh, okay. Awkward. Heh, that's even more awkward. Woo! Spring break! Just 2 more days of hellacious driving and then bam, Florida. That is not a word I expect a young college person to know, but maybe I'm being prejudiced. My eyes settle on the air freshener dangling from the rearview mirror as I sit up, rubbing my stiff neck. It's some kind of school emblem. For a halting second, I can't remember the school. No, wait, I do remember. That's right, we're on spring break now. We both go to Yuri. Wait, Yuri? That's not right. That's like a Russian person's name or something. Why am I having so much trouble remembering things? That dream must have done a major number on me. Also, anyway, I'm from Rhode Island. We're from Rhode Island, so I guess we started driving earlier today. It's so weird that I couldn't remember this stuff. I'm not that big of an airhead. Am I? Russell says, Everything's gonna be great when we get there. You'll see. Last year was amazing. Gonna party hardy once we get down to Daytona, like... Oh, I mean, I'm gonna be partying with you. Just you. Last year was different, but... Wow, Russell seems really embarrassed. Does that mean things are starting to get serious between us? I'm not sure. Are we going steady now? Before I met Russell, I'd never had a boyfriend. Not that I remember anyway. Wow, your memory is really bad. Is it part of the plot? Because if not, that's really worrying. But who knows where my head's at right now. I hope my brain pops back on soon. At least I can feel my heart beating normally again. I like the, oh, I'll wait till the picture comes back, but I noticed something. So you stoked yet or what? Oh, you see these little heart thingies? Like hearts on her person? I guess that's like allusion to the heart problems she's having. Oh, oh crap, what did he say again? I'm totally stoked. Yeah, why not? I'm totally stoked, bruh. Yeah, totally stoked. Can't wait to party big time, sun up to sundown. Ha ha ha, he laughed. Ha ha ha. That felt weird to say. Yeah, it is weird how you said ha ha. I've never done anything like this before. Hey, first time for everything. I'm glad I can take you to experience something new. Hopefully unforgettable. Oh, I bet it will be. I bet it will be. In a good way. Just good memories. Haha. Why are you so awkward, Russell? It's almost like you have an ulterior motive. Yeah, I just don't want to seem like a total poser or get in over my head. I'm a pretty boring girl. Oh, you classic female protagonist. I spent my whole freshman year of college studying my butt off with with my nose jammed in some form of book for one class to the next. I didn't go out partying at all this year. I didn't even make any new friends, well, apart from Russell. And the one who set that up was... Huh? Who was it again? What is wrong with my brain? Don't Don't worry about it. Everyone down there is a poser, really. It's a poser. Is it Minnesota? Poser. I'm sure that's a very bad accent. I apologize if you are from that region that has that accent. The goal is just to have fun. I've heard it gets really intense on the beachfront. Hundreds of thousands of people go out there, quote, partying, unquote. I want to try new things. I want to have fun for once in my life, but it's kind of scary too. Well, just don't worry about it. I'll keep an eye out for you and make sure the whole experience is just as safe as it is fun. Oh, I'm so glad you're there to take care of me, Russell. Thanks, I trust you, and I'm really excited. I like how they're all saying their feelings. Like, that's supernatural. Jesus, you two. JFA. Just F. I don't know what you're trying to talk about. Russell jolted a little in his seat at the interruption. Oh, right. We weren't taking this trip alone, were we? There was also... I've never seen him this adorable, Dawn. You should take him down while he's being all cute and docile. And he'll be like your lapdog forever. Gah! What the hell, Randy? Randy says, what? Amazons did that, right? Wasn't that an Amazon thing? I think that's a Randy thing, and feel free not to share weird fetishes with my girlfriend. I want her not to hate me for bringing you along. Bruh, Randy was Russell's best friend, and he had been since childhood. He talked about him a lot when we ate lunch together on campus, but I'd never met the guy. All I knew about Randy was he was funny sometimes, and Russell would describe something Randy had done or said, laugh, but then get this vaguely exhausted look on his face. That was an awkward sentence. Maybe I'm just an awkward reader. But carpooling and splitting hotel costs is ultimately cheaper, and the merrier on a road trip, right? Especially for spring break! Still, it was weird to just now remember that Randy was even back there. He's not exactly little, or quiet. So he's a little uncouth, but he seemed like a nice enough guy, and he packed light so I can put up with some awkward jokes along the way. After all, my best friend's pretty rowdy too. She's... My blood ran cold. I still couldn't remember her name. She introduced me and Russell. Why couldn't I remember? Shouldn't you be wearing a seatbelt? It's broken. My dad's van is like older than my dad. Don't worry. If you sail this heap off the mountainside, I'll fly out the windshield first and break everyone's fall. Yeah, that's very noble of you. What does JFA mean? Yeah, I'd like to know that too. Randy barked up a half cackle before catching himself mid-guffaw at the ice tank from Russell. What an excellent sentence that was. He quickly pressed his tongue to his teeth and hissed out his unfinished laugh before restraining himself to a goony, knowing look. It reminded me of a look a little boy gave me in grade school once before whispering poop into my ear and running away. I didn't understand what was so funny then either. So I still don't know what Randy means by JFA. I'm gonna Google it later. But, well, I have a vague idea. You're a lucky dude, Russell. She's like a little baby chick that's been hatched from the heavens and foolishly placed in your clumsy man hands. Some of this language I wouldn't normally associate with casual speaking, but that's fine. Daytona's gonna be... I kind of enjoy it more that way. It gives these people an interesting flair. Daytona's gonna be alright with this little angel reminding you to say your prayers every night before bed. I'm not that innocent. And you don't have to make fun of me. Sorry, no offense meant, honestly. Yeah, right. You do know innocence not a bad thing to be, right? Yeah, you don't want to end up like Randy, and there's plenty of non-degenerate fun to be had in Florida, man. If you were listening to me earlier, not just waiting around to crack jokes. Oh, I was listening, and I don't expect you to appreciate my high-born humor. Randy half burped, but then swallowed it. Russell smiled, but tried to pretend he didn't. Aw, that's cute. Oh yeah, that reminds me. You missed my amazing joke earlier because you were asleep, Dawn. Oh? Yeah, see? Randy gestured at the windshield. Once again, I was lost. See? Your greatest enemy is on the horizon. I felt an ice water chill rush through my veins and still my heartbeat. If we don't hurry, he'll catch us. Gotta reach that hotel before dusk falls. Ah, dusk and dawn. Uh-oh, dusk. He was pointing toward the sunset ahead as we drove westward and the day faded down the road before us. See, it's funny. Because, like, your name is Dawn. I'm hilarious. Even Randy sounded embarrassed by the awful joke, but it put a smile on my face to mirror Russell's. The nightmare still had me on edge. It was comforting to realize that it didn't mean anything after all. You know, you and Russell really do make the perfect joke together. Excuse me? Wait, that's not what I meant. I mean, you make a good joke. Let me see. What do I mean? I guess I'm just proud of him for picking a good gal for once. It seems like you're the glimmering sunrise to my little Rhode Island red. Hey! With you in his life, he finally has something to crow about. You wouldn't believe the kind of girls this cocky bastard would go after in high school. This one time... Someone's gonna cut him off. Enough, Randy, shut up. Can't you even just shut up for once? I was gonna say shut the fuck up for once, but he didn't swear. Russell's burst of anger came out of nowhere. I shifted uncomfortably in my seat, because it is Super Orcs. He may have been yelling at Randy, but he was looking at me. He seemed embarrassed, maybe sad. I wasn't sure. You're not that good at reading emotions, are you? Oh, bless. Sorry, I didn't mean nothing by it, man. I'm sorry, okay? Russell breathed out sharply through his nose, but didn't respond. He just kept his eyes on the road. I guess he didn't know what to say. Oops, I missed that one. Oh, no, I went backwards. Should I say something instead? Let's, next topic. Next topic is always a good idea. So, what are our plans for the evening? Do you know what you want to crash for the night? Do we want to crash for the night? Just gonna keep driving till we get out of these woods. Check into the nearest motel, pass out, kiddo. That's all I know. His answer was terse, almost disinterested. His eyes remained fixed on the road, but his mind was somewhere far ahead of it. Please don't crash this thing on anything. Oh, please don't crash this thing on any night, Russ, or my dad will scalp me. Can't catch any fine Delilahs without my divine locks. Randy's crack didn't even get a sliver of a smile out of Russell, just a grunt. Ugh, hey, my only emotions are purple and grunting. I folded my hands and pressed them between my legs. Oh, my leggings with an awkward sigh. Boys. Hey, why don't we flip on the radio or something? It should at least help keep you awake for the last stretch of the night before we reach civilization again. Believe me, I'd love to, but I think the antenna's busted on your dad's van. Is it? That's new. Whoops. The tape deck should still work though. Got any cassettes? I wonder how many of you young people even know what a cassette is. Maybe I just the one. You know the one, so maybe not that one. That one? Haha, yeah, maybe not that one. I've got some in my bag in the trunk. Warrant, 38 special sticks. I heard a groan from somewhere just behind my head. Huh? Oh, I got some new tracks recently. You cool with Poison? Like Poison... Alice Cooper Poison? Poison? I would throw myself under the van. This new voice on the heels of the groan I heard earlier was both familiar and shocking to me all at once. I knew who the voice belonged to, but it bothered me that I hadn't realised until this very moment that he was in the car with us. That was Colin, and of course Colin was here because... Huh? Why was that again? Come on, have some fucking decency. Nobody wants to listen to Poison. Not a fan of the metal, huh? What do you listen to, Colin? Devo... shit. Depeche Mode, Talking Heads, maybe. You know, just music. God, he's such a fucking hipster. It's been bad enough sitting cheek to cheek with you for 8 hours, so for the love that is all that is holy on God's own terror, don't even think about stinking up this cabin with your goddamn hair cheese. What is hair cheese? Oh, take a pill, little dude. I've been trying to stay out of your business, but space is limited with the 3 to a seat. Colin stiffened at the word little, and even bothered to look up from his game for a moment. I'd swear his pupils had narrowed like he was the bucket-hatted alley cat. I wasn't talking about your facial cheeks, but that hardly matters in light of your perpetually toxic eupnea. What? Colin's attention had already drifted back down to his game, but his mouth kept moving at the same irritable rhythm as his thumbs. What, you don't speak plain English? Then allow me to rephrase. It's bad enough that I'm strapped into a three-seater with your titanic backside, and it's bad enough that I have to hear your mouth flap out blissful inanity all day. I don't need the musical ambience in the van to match the odour. I don't think Randy understood Colin's insult any better than I did. Well, it did kinda stink when Randy spoke. Is that what he meant? Seriously, Dawn, turn the AC back on. Randy's other favourite poison is gagging me out. I had been wondering why Randy's breath burned my nose a little. I guess that means it was alcohol. Oh yeah, so he's also super drunk. That meant Colin had been breathing in booze stench for the last few hours, while I'd been sleeping peacefully. I guess I'd be a little grumpy in his position too. Seriously, how did a hunk of meat as dumb as you even make it into a 4-year school? If Randy's anything to go by, I can just wipe my ass at my SAT this year and end up in the Ivy League. Dots. But not that grumpy. Yeah, he's pretty sassy. I'd never spent much time with Colin in the past, but our few interactions hadn't been friendly ones. I got the feeling Russell and Randy weren't going to become friends with him either. Still, he was coming with us on our spring break trip because... there's our other person. Coco, are you being mean to my friends? You better not be. He was my breast friend's little brother. Danielle, well, Danny. It was all coming back to me now. You woke me up, you little butthead. Uh-huh. Uh-huh, what? Uh-huh, I guess I woke you up. Sorry. You better be. I stay up all night, putting the finishing touches on this wicked road trip. I finally get a well-deserved nap in this crampy little back seat. Oh, you're cramped, are you? And you interrupt my beauty sleep to harass everybody. Coco! Coco! Oh, enough with the Coco. What are you, 5? You're the one going all terrible twos on the nice boy who lent us this van. Now say you're sorry to Randy for all those mean things you said to him. For saying, ooh. I'm sorry, Randy, for saying all those mean things to him. Don't sweat it, dude. It's whatever. That's better. Randy's nice. You two should be friends. He can't help it that he has a titanic backside, or stinky breath, or a terrible taste in music. Colin smiled, but Randy frowned. And I can't help it that Santa gave me a little butthead for Christmas instead of a little brother like I asked for. Majorly unfair. I blame the elves. You were probably supposed to be an elf baby or something. Colin scrunched down even further in his seat and tapped away at his game buttons, but Danny continued to loom over his shoulder. You're still bouncing guys out of that building? That's bogus. How is the whole thing not burned down now? You must not be a very good fireman. Colin didn't really seem bothered by Danny's slings and arrows. If anything, he seemed happy. Still, he shrunk his smile down even further and let out a sigh. You people make my head hurt. After that, it was quiet for a moment, and to be honest, I was relieved. That's the way it always had been, though. Seeing Danielle's face brought so many memories back in a warm, welcome flood. I'd known her since we were in grade school, back when her hair was short, straight, and pitch black rather than long, fluffy, and bubblegum pink. But long before those two started dyeing their hair weird colours, they'd been thick as thieves, as my mother liked to put it. Most siblings love each other, sure, but Danielle was the only person I knew who actually liked Colin. At all. Not that I disliked the guy. I just don't really know him. I personally wouldn't really want to know him either. "You're my two best friends," little Danny would say, squeezing us both. Then little Colin would wriggle out of her grasp, run off to his room, and slam the door. They had a weird relationship, but if a couple of words from Danielle could keep the peace for the rest of the drive, that was all that mattered to me. I need to take a drink, my voice is going. But wait, if Danielle wasn't the third person in the seat with Colin and Randy, then who was it? Oh, it's, wow, he's even more hipster than this guy. I turned over my shoulder and landed on a face I was sure I'd never seen before. My brain was sluggish, but enough of myself had floated back into my memory that I felt sure this boy was a stranger, and always had been. So why was he in the car with us? Unless I was going crazy, the others had to know I was there. The van was crampy after all. But who was he? Maybe there was a polite way to ask him? Maybe? Hey, this isn't going to be awkward at all. Oh my god, Dawn, that hairpin. Huh? I burped, I'm sorry. Ooh, is it new? It looks adorable on you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, that's nice of you to say. Hey, don't be so modest, you're super cute. Cuteness to the max. I wish I could rock that. You probably could, it would match your hair. Ugh, my hair's so fucking thick. It just follows up cute doodads, though. I swear, I got it laid 2 months ago and it's already overgrown again. Boo. Jay, you have thick wavy hair. What do you do to keep it from taking over your head? Jay, huh? So he was real. Thank Christ! Jay says nothing. He says, my hair? Yeah, silly, your hair. How do you wrangle it? It just comes this way, I suppose. Wow, you're really fucking interesting, Jay. I buzz the sides when they get kind of puffy. I get the top cut when it touches my glasses. Yes. I kind of like how dull he is. That's really enjoyable. Jay breathed just deep enough to force his shoulders up in a ghost of a shrug. I love him so much. Oh, I guess that was all he had to say. That is bogus, boys. Are so lucky it's disgusting. Ha! Yeah, you have it so tough, Danny, queen of the back seat, telling us how easy we got it. Are you really going to keep about seating arrangements the whole trip? As if, you big baby, I'm changing the subject. Nobody asked Dawn what she wants to listen to. What kind of music are you into now, girl? Still, country when country ain't cool. The fact that I liked country music at all seemed like alien information, and I realized that my memory was still pretty addled in a major way. Well, I could just let loose the waterworks and admit that something was seriously wrong with my brain to these people I was just now remembering were my friends. Or maybe I could just deflect the question. Ask... Ooh, Russell... Who's Russell again? Oh, Russell's our boyfriend? I'll ask Jay. Oh, I don't know. Haha. I'm curious what kind of music you're into though, Jay. You've been awfully quiet back there. Seriously, who are you? I'd know. Huh? He didn't know? What kind of a response was that? He wasn't like me, was he? Was that it? Maybe the fact that he seemed so unfamiliar had something to do with weird mutual memory loss? Yeah, I'm sure that's it. He's just... It's not the fact that he's, like... bland. No, okay. No, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Hold your horses there, Dawn. I love Dawn too already. You don't know what kind of music you like? Well, that's awfully boring. It's not that I don't know, it's just that you don't know. Whoa. You're like a friggin' mystery wrapped in a enigma. The music, I mean. The things I like are sort of weird. I don't know. Hipster? Like what? Come on, we won't bite. The way Danielle was talking to him seemed to suggest that she didn't know him very well either. What was going on? I like The Cure. I like Susie and the Banshees. Bauhaus too. I didn't really recognize any of those names, and the following silence told me that nobody else did either. Oh, this dialogue is amazeballs. I didn't even say amazeballs that often. Oh, this is so awkward. Do you know the Eurythmics? Who doesn't know the Eurythmics? Oh yeah, you mean like that weird video with the cue ball girl? That's rude, Colin. How dare you say that about Linux? I like the Eurythmics. Radical. But it would just be so Eurythmics. But it would just be Eurythmics, in case you didn't know. No, the. It's an uncountable noun. You don't need to put the article in front of it. Grammar accuracy aside, it just sounds gross. Like, you wouldn't say the Talking Heads, would you? Even if it is grammatically correct. Oh my god, Colin, shut up. Jay had already resumed staring out the window and didn't seem interested in answering the question, if you could call it one. The awkward silence was increasing, and I still didn't know anything about this guy. Even when Jay told me things about himself, I didn't know what he was talking about. He didn't seem like the kind of person who liked to explain himself. Of course, I couldn't be a hypocrite. I was only talking to him because I didn't want to explain myself, after all. Ugh. Whoever I am, I'm the worst! This is a really, really good game. So far, I'm really enjoying the dialogue between the party. Hey, look! I'm seeing some signs for Mount Vernon, like for the trails and tours and things. That's good news. I hope you don't expect us to go hiking tonight. These clodhoppers I'm wearing are not acceptable for trekking through the woods. Hell no, my legs are numb from switching pedals through these curvy roads, no thanks. Oh yes, so strenuous. And yet, hiking boots. Why the hiking boots, Ross? Well, you should always be prepared. Anyway, my point was that civilization can't be more than 40 minutes away. The van itself seemed to exhale in relief. Woohoo! Yay, motel! Colin says, thank Christ. Jay says nothing. I get the feeling Jay will say nothing a lot. I call one of the beds. We only have the budget for one two-queen room, and I intend on taking one of those queens. I like your spirit, Danielle. You are one of those queens. I'm the queen of queens, you royal dweebness. Okay, well, that's easy. You and Dawn can share one of the beds. Me, Randy, and Jay will rock, paper, scissors for the other one, and the loser gets 2 sleeping bags. I promise to take the smelly one if I can eat it. If I eat it. Ooh. Smellier? Oh, my game is lagging a bit. Sorry, they're about as old as the van. What about Colin? I may have to like pause and restart the game and maybe split this into another part. It's quite a long demo. What about Colin? Yeah, when they hit civilization, I'll cut it there because this game is getting a bit laggy. It's gonna be real nice out tonight. How can he sleep in the van? Huh? But he offered while you were asleep. Yeah, I'd much rather sleep in the van. Dark, quiet, space enough for one. Ooh, like your soul. Yes, space enough for one shrimp. That wasn't a very good comeback. But, I don't care. I wasn't really paying attention. That doesn't seem fair to us. No, that doesn't seem fair to us. Huh? Colin gets to choose his own sleeping arrangements, and all the other guys get to buy for theirs. But you just assume you know what's best for me because I'm a girl? Yeah, go Dawn. Huh? No, that's not what I meant. Personally, I think it's kind of sexist. Nothing against you, Danny. Of course not. I think Dawn has a point. Why didn't you let her pick where she wanted to sleep, Russell? I'm enjoying this. Is a good game. I'm liking this game more and more. Jeez, I'm sorry, I just assumed. What if I wanted to take the van or the floor? What if I wasn't comfortable sharing a bed? I'm your girlfriend after all. You don't think that's kind of weird? I was just being practical. Guys don't sleep together. Oh wow, you should really dump him, Dawn. He's a bit of a butt face. And girls automatically do? Ugh, no, just Do whatever you want. Screw me for saying anything, I guess. Oh, where? Well, the only sleeping arrangement that leaves open to us is a gender-blended free-for-all. Danny brought Jay with us, so they can take one bed, and Russell and Dawn are a couple, so they'll take the other one. That's also assuming— are you also assuming a choice for me, you buttface? Huh? What? Virginia is for lovers, n'est-ce pas? Russell frowned a hot blush. Russell frowned as a hot blush spread up his neck, and I felt the van squeal to a gradual halt. Uh-oh. As for me, I'll just curl up on the coals. I'll just curl up cold and alone on the floor. Poor Randy. Nobody loves Randy. I can't imagine why. Will you two chill out? Why'd the car stop, Russell? Why'd the music stop as well? Yeah, what's your damage, man? Why did the car stop? What? Russell began jamming the pedals and fiddling with the ignition. Sorry, I guess I spaced for a minute, but I didn't stop the car. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Haha, try starting it again? Have you tried turning it off and on? Russell tried the key for 5 more minutes with no result. Then he beat his fist against the dash twice and let out a long, grainy sigh. Okay, everybody out. I think she's dead. Ooh, oh my god, that's a really, really cool background. Well, this is fantastic. I really thought she'd hold out better than this. Oh my god. You thought? You told me you took this hunk of junk in for a full diag before we left. Oh, he's got tats. I said I was going to do that. Sorry. I don't want to get out of here. Aren't there bears in Northern Virginia? Just black bears. Oh, just black bears? Okay, excuse the fuck out of me then. You'll be fine. If you see a bear, just throw one of your clodhoppers at it. Pardon me, my door is jammed. Could you roll your seat forward and let me out of your side, please? Oh, of course. Thank you. Wow, you're pretty tall. He doesn't say anything. One by one, the 6 of us trickled out of the van and began stretching our legs. I strode out a few yards down the road to get my blood flowing again, and I took a deep breath. The humidity of the forest air smacked me right in the face. Blech, everything tasted like pollen too. Nature is so oppressive. I desperately wanted to take my sweater off, but I couldn't just walk around outside with my sports bra. Oh yeah, you don't have a shirt on. Embarrassing. This sucks. It was much cooler in Rhode Island this morning. Oh good. I was starting to remember this morning. What a relief. After working out all the kinks in my muscles, I turned to look back at the others. Russell was pacing around the van, scanning it up and down to find the source of the problem. He recoiled when he touched the hood, as if it was burning up. Ah, nothing beats a cold mug of tea. Jay and Danny were leaning against the van's side. Jay seemed lost in the mountain scenery, while Danny seemed lost in her makeup bag. Randy was seated on the edge of the car's back bumper. He looked miserable. I guess he figured out this was all his fault. And Colin was sitting cross-legged in the middle of the road with an expression so furious I was sure it would set any car that approached him on fire. Of course, we really needed a car to come by, and fast. Hopefully one with water bottles or air conditioning or something. I dragged my stupid feet in the direction of the stupid van, resigning myself to sit on the bumper with Randy until this problem magically solved itself. The heat and the roasting asphalt must have finally gotten to Colin because he hopped up, violently brushing grit off of his shorts and sneering. I had just passed him, ready to collapse next to Randy, when... Is it a flat, Russ? Maybe Randy will let us borrow the spare tire he's packing. I saw Randy flinch before sinking down even lower behind the van. That does it. That does what? This sucked. We were all hot, tired, and miserable, but we could try to be nice to each other at least. Why did Colin have to be so cruel all the time? I was so angry about it. Whatever, I didn't want to think, I just wanted to yell. I whirled around to face Colin, my heart pounding in my chest. Let's turn Colin's stroke back on him. You would be the first to know, wouldn't you? What? You... I swallowed. I realised too late that I didn't really want to be cruel to Colin in return. That would just bring down everyone's morale even more. Too late to back out of it now, though. You would be the first to know if we had a flat tire anyway. But because you're closer to the, because I'm closer to the ground. Hey, you're right, because I'm short. Ha ha ha. That's gold, Dawn. You should be a comedian. You should tour the country. You should hack your way across the nation with those hilarious observations about how short people are short. Your mewling little stutter really makes my whole joke so much, so be sure not to forget that part. Oh yeah, that was the other reason I didn't want to try and out-nasty Colin. I was going to lose, and it was going to hurt. Before I could even try to think of a good retort, I heard a very goofy chuckle just from behind my head. Hehehe, ha ha ha, ha 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 ha. Little itty bitty. Ha 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 ha. Randy? Whew, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's just... I just got this mental image of an entire pit crew of mini Collins, like Munchkin-sized Collins, with tiny tracksuits and oversized helmets, rushing out to change a tire. Ha 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 ha. Colin's mouth pursed and twisted. He blinked a hard, slow blink. I couldn't help it, I started giggling too. We represent the Grumpy Face Guild! Randy lost it even more, propping himself up against the back of the car and smacking the window in glee. It's nice the two of you think you're so cute. But you're just... Colin sighed instead of finishing his sentence, so I caught my breath and finished it for him. Just what? We're just dumb? Is that what you think? You look down on everybody because you're so much smarter than we are. That much needed burst of laughter cleared my head, and now I realised exactly what I wanted to say to the little jerk. You're wrong. Without thinking, I took a big step toward Colin. He took an uneasy step backwards. Even a girl as measly as I was could look down on him so easily. I wonder how that must feel. No, I had to stop thinking about his feelings for the moment. I wanted him to hear what I had to say. You are smart, Colin. You're very smart. Much smarter than me or Randy or probably anyone else here. But just because you're smart doesn't mean you're right. I got angry with you because Randy was already feeling really bad about the van, and you went out of your way to hurt him even more. I know you were just trying to be funny, but it wasn't funny. It wasn't smart either. It was just wrong. I don't think that's who you really are. I think you're smarter than that, and I think you're better than that. But maybe I just don't understand you at all. I guess that's all I wanted to say. I expected Colin to be furious and start slinging more insults at me. Instead, he just stood there scraping one of his sandals back and forth on the asphalt. Alright, firstly, I didn't know Randy was feeling guilty. I figured he was just oblivious as usual. That was my mistake. I never said I was perfect. Secondly, why don't we make some lemonade out of these lemons we've accrued here today? Eh? Let's, make a wager, Dawn. Agree to my bet and I promise I won't say a single negative word about Randy for the rest of the trip. Okay, what's the bet? I am dubious. Well, it can't be good. You don't seem to care for the way I see things. You think I am wrong. I disagree. I'll leave Randy alone, but you have to prove me irrevocably wrong about something I say is true. Like, I said I know I'm not perfect, but I do know who I am. I do know when I'm right, and I get real damn tired of people assuming they know better than me just because I'm smaller or younger than them. So I'll give you until the end of the trip to catch me in a faulty assertion. Stuff like me not knowing that Randy was upset when I made that joke doesn't count. That's too nebulous. You have to prove me dead wrong about something that comes out of my own mouth. It's that simple. If I lose, I'll be your slave for a day. No, that's unnecessary. If you lose, well, vice versa. That's awkward. Ugh, fine. Colin ripped the Velcro off one of his gloves, stripped it off, and reached out for my hand. Reluctantly, I shook it. I guess that meant the deal was done. I don't really get why you're doing this, though. Neither do I. This is very... I mean, you'd think he would come up with like a cleverer bet than slave for a day. That's pretty damn old. Colin shrugged as he slipped his glove back on. Well, it's like you said, you don't understand me at all. I guess that's true. And why would you? Bleh, I gotta take a piss. Thanks for letting me know, buddy. Colin rocked on his heels and swung away from me, wandering off behind a tree to take care of business. Are you okay? Yeah, you? Haha, yeah, I'm fine. I appreciate you pitching in for me, but that little dude can't hurt me or nothing. I'm sure you can win a silly bet. I don't know very much about anything, but I'll keep an ear out when he's around and see if I can beat him in his game too. Oops. Thanks, Randy. No problem. Besides, Colin's just, he's just what? Nothing. Never mind. It doesn't matter. Thanks to you, he should be out of my hair for the rest of our vacation, right? Alright, finally got the damn hood open! I whirled around to see a torrent of smoke belch forth from the front of the van and swallow Russell. Crap. You okay, Russ? I'm fine. Russell swept wildly at the smoke with both arms and shook his head. Man, that's not a good sign. Now let me see, what am I looking at here? Hey, Dawn, your dad's a mechanic, right? You should know something about this stuff. You think you can help me out? Actually, I felt very sure that I didn't know the first thing about cars. I knew my dad was a mechanic, but once again, it was almost like I was hearing that for the first time just now. But something about the way Russell said should. Could it hurt at all that much to try? Yeah. Go have a whack at it, Dawn. I'm sure you'll be fine. Sure, I can take a look. Awesome. Watch out for smoke, though. I trotted up to the front of the van, recoiling slightly from the intense heat reeling out from under the hood. Careful, it's real hot. Don't touch. Okay. So, what are we looking at here? Any ideas? Hey, super sweaty. For a moment, I had hoped Russell was just calling me over to talk to me, and didn't really expect me to know what was wrong with the car. But I guess he did. I didn't know whether to feel flattered or embarrassed, since I hadn't a clue what we were even looking at here. Well, this is the engine block, right? Yeah. I realised Russell was holding the hood in place for me. I guess the van didn't have a prop bar thingy for it, and it wasn't staying up on its own either. Now I felt really guilty. He totally expected me to be able to spot the problem while he held the hood open for me. Do you think it might be the carburetor? I don't think so, but maybe it's too hot to touch. It's too hot just to reach out and fiddle with anything yet. But I can check that first. This heap's old enough that it's definitely not running off a fuel injection system. A fuel what system? But then I saw it. Something like a silver or smuddy colour appeared, and then vanished out of the corner of my eye, slipping out from the spot near the back of the engine block. Look, this box in the back, it has a... As soon as I saw the shadowy thing in that little box next to the engine, a jolt of pain shot through my head. Ah! Ouch. Oh, that white. It's very white. I suddenly felt myself tipping forward onto the van's boiling guts. Uh-oh. Dawn! I felt a strong arm catch me across the shoulders. Russell pulled me close to his chest from behind, and I felt his heart start beating faster. Oh, how romantic! His arms were pressing against my chest. Could he feel my heart beating faster too? I knew he was just trying to keep me from getting burnt, but something about this embrace felt right. I guess it just felt normal. Was I finally starting to remember just exactly how I felt about him? Ooh. was I just afraid because of the pain in my head, however brief, reminded me of the eyes I saw in my nightmares. Those eyes, they made me scream and burn strongly in my memory even when I couldn't seem to remember anything else. I don't know I was afraid, but I also was so glad that Russell was holding on to me. You okay, kid? I don't know. Huh? I don't know anything about cars, I'm sorry, I thought I might. You know, because my dad's a mechanic and all. I guess I thought I should. Whoa, it's okay, no need to get so upset. I'm just glad you didn't fall and hurt yourself. Russell moved his arm back quickly to rest his hand on my shoulder instead. I wish he hadn't. I wanted him to keep holding me. I wanted to tell him that I was afraid something was wrong with me. But all I could manage to say was, I just said the word carburetor earlier because it has the word car in it. I don't know even what it does. It's okay, really. You should ask your dad to teach you some stuff when you get back home. Those skills can really come in handy. I mean, like now they really would come in handy. I only know so much myself. I appreciate the good faith effort anyway. I know you were just trying to help. Right. So, what is that box back there? That would be the battery. You have a fear of car batteries? That's very interesting. Okay, well, as soon as it cools down enough to touch it, you should look at the battery. I saw something, like, come out of it. It was sort of purplish. The same colour as my emotions, Russell thinks. Ugh, that doesn't sound good. Russell gently slid his hand off of my shoulder and called out over the hood. Hey, Randy, you want to give me a hand over here? Not really, but I'll see what I can do. I had to stay calm. I had to push through whatever weirdness was going on in my head so we could get through the crisis and get back on the road. With no idea what else I could do, I wandered to the other side of the van where Danny and Jay were waiting. Hey, girlfriend! Hi! This sure sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, this blows a fat one. Haha, gross, Danny. Danny stuck her tongue out at me and crossed her eyes, but then smiled. At least someone was still in good spirits, even with the van busted up. But no bears yet, so that's whatever. Jay seemed much more self-conscious now that the number of girls standing next to him had doubled. Oh my god! Oh, you awkward little fuck. He reached up and twisted a lock of hair around his finger, then froze and glanced over the side view mirror. Girls are so complicated, and then their emotions and shit. He frowned and started running one hand through his hair vigorously while he groped around in his pocket with the other. Comb. I guess Danny was on the right track earlier. Jay really did care about how his hair looked. He quickly finished up a comb and was about to run it through his curls when... Chuckling? A sharp, tinny noise rang out from below. Oh, I think you dropped something. Stomp. Oh, he's embarrassed. What fell out of his pocket? The noise was cut short by Jay's sneaker stamping down on the spot where the mysterious object had fallen from his pocket. Ah! Awkward. Jay cleared his throat, nodded slightly, and forced a smile. Then he started carefully combing through his hair as if nothing had happened. Yeah, that's real super nonchalant. I glanced down at his shoe, but couldn't catch a glimpse of whatever it was he had hidden underneath it. No, wait, there was a trace of something. I could see a rope-like satin cord, dark red and small, but thickly woven and frayed slightly with age. It stuck out from under Jay's heel and trailed off under the van. Oh, what? It must be attached to whatever the object was. Maybe some kind of keepsake. Suddenly, I felt very guilty for prying. Danny seemed to sense the awkwardness in the air and tried to clear things up. This group is so deliciously awkward. I love it. Don't worry about you do too much, Jay. Ain't nobody here to impress. Oh, and can I borrow that comb when you're done? I thought I might have one in my makeup bag, but I must have packed it away instead. I I promise there's no bugs on me for sure. What, like lice? That's that's gross. I guess I should do my part to try and ease the skittishness out of the poor guy. I need to cough. Oh. Alright, I really should wrap up soon. I've been talking for like an hour. I look forward to getting to know you, Jay. I heard Danny invited you all along for our big road trip. You guys like know each other from somewhere? Come on, help me out there. This is really awkward. Oh, Econ 201. I ended up paired with Jay for a team project, and he was totally on top of this stuff the whole time. Didn't have to kick his ass into caring or nothing. Danielle's an excellent team leader. Very diligent. So yeah, Jay is totally awesome, and when I found out he was new to the area and didn't know anybody, I was like, no duh, you are coming on the road with us. Yes, thank you very much for inviting me. You may borrow my comb now if you like. Oh, thanks. You're too adorable. You know that? Adorable is one word for it. It's not the word I would pick. But that's your opinion, Danielle. Jay didn't really know what to say to that. I never do either. Most things are too adorable to Danielle. I think she even says that to Coco. So I thought I heard my brother about something over there earlier. I just hate the word bitch. I'll swear I'll say whatever, but that's the word I don't like. Speak of the devil. Oh, think of him, I guess. Danny shot me a concerned look while running Jay's comb swiftly through her hair. He wasn't picking on you, was he? No. Great. Why do I bother lying? It's not as if... Oh. Ah! Oh, what is that? I felt the sharp pain shoot through my skull out of nowhere. The world around me swung off kilter, flashed bright white, then burned back into focus. My ears popped, then started ringing. I felt my body slump sideways and slam into the side of the van. Dawn, are you okay? Danielle waved her hand in front of my face and snapped her fingers 3 times. The noise seemed 1,000 times louder than it probably was. Stop! Oh, no. We've barely even started. Now you just take it easy. Who was that? Huh? Before I could ask again, my vision rippled and shifted into a living nightmare. I think it might be a good place to stop it, just because I've been recording for like an hour. But oh my god, I cannot wait for this game. I just found out about it today, and it's like, holy shit, it's gonna be so good. I love the cast. I love the dialogue. I love the art style. I really, really can't wait to see this eventuate into a full game. So yeah, like I said, I will link the Kickstarter because it has about a month to go. It's about halfway funded, so yes, I will definitely put my $15 towards this game. So I think it's $15 to get a digital copy of the game. There are other tiers, but anyway, I might actually start recording another part after this because this is super cool. I hope you enjoyed it too. I apologize if my reading was bad. I will work on that. But oh, I'm so excited. Anyway, I hope you have a really good day or evening or morning or whatever the time is wherever you are. Like and subscribe if you feel so inclined, and hopefully I will see you next time for part 2. And until then, please take care, and yeah, I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.